In today's video, I'll show you how you'd be able to use ClickUp goals for your OKRs. So let's get started. First of all is that we need to understand what is OKR or the OKR framework. So OKR means objectives and key results. So we need to have our objectives and key results. So as for this video, for this tutorial, I'll be using the increase YouTube engagement as my objective. And for my key results, something like reach a certain amount of subscribers, let's say 10K. So those are my objective and key results. You can have multiple of them if you'd want to. But yeah, you can just customize that according to your needs. Now that we understand it, let's now proceed. So how I like to do it here in ClickUp is that I simply need to go click here on More on the left menu. And in here, click on Goals. And now, once you have your goals, is that you want to click here on Set a Goal to proceed. And then you would now have the goal name. So basically, you will be inputting the objective right here. So I'm going to go for increase my channel's engagement, maybe something like that. And now you can click here on OK, and then now you can proceed to the owner. So you can choose between the members here in your workspace. So in my case, it's only me. So I'm going to select myself, click on enter, and then who has access to this goal. So you could select multiple workspaces right here. Different people in that workspace would have access to the goal that you select. You can go for a certain workspace or a private one. In my case, I'll just go for this one and click on OK. And then is there a date this goal should be completed by? So if you have a deadline, you can just input it right here. In my case, I don't have any, so I'm just going to click here on OK. And then the description. Now you could put your key results right here on what you expect to be done in order for you to consider this goal as accomplished. So for example, I'm going to go for I need to increase my channel's overall views in a month, maybe something like that, and then increase my CTR, maybe something like that. And you could put it in a bullet point however you'd want to structure it. You can be more creative with it or more detailed depending on how you'd want it. This is just an example, so I'm going to click here on OK and OK. And from here, we would now have this goal right here. And from here, we can now click here on create a target. So we're going to click here. And from here is that you can now go for a target. So basically the targets in here are the milestones you would need to take or accomplish to complete or accomplish your bigger goal, which is your objective, right? So let's say I'm gonna go for optimize my thumbnails, maybe something like that, something simple. Okay, again, and then the owner, and yeah, you can select the owners or the assignees for this target. You can go for the type of target. You can go for number. So basically this is the measurement of this result. So is it measured by number, by true or false, by currency if it involves money, and then you could also go for task. So basically you can add task from your list in here. So when I click here on add task, I would now be able to see the task in this workspace. And you can also add a list if you would want to under your spaces that is in your workspace. You could also do that right here. So I'm just going to go click here and add task. Let's say I'm going to go for task 1 just for an example. Click on OK. And from here, I would now have it right here. So I now have my targets in here. And now I've added just a few more right here on my targets. And basically what could be done better in here is that the description in here. So I think it would be better if I put in something else in here instead of just putting in the key results. So I'm just gonna input the reason why I'm doing this. Like for example, I need to achieve this so I can move on to the next project. Maybe something like that. So yeah, it would actually really depend on what you'd want to put here in the description. It's up to you. It could be something motivational in order for you to, when you read the description, you would get motivated into completing your targets in here and achieving the goal. And basically, you would have the loading bar in here. So when you complete the task right here, like for example, I would complete this. So I'm gonna go click here, and I'm going to click here on finished for this task. So when you click on that, you would have this pop-up, click here on finish, and then you could add a note, click on save update. Once you're done, as you can see, it would now fill up until you complete this whole progress bar right here. So that's basically how you can do that. And then you could also set a date in here if you have changed your mind in setting the deadline. You can go click here on sharing and permissions if you'd want to share this to other people or include some more team members in here. And now you can click here into all goals, and this is where you'd be able to set a new goal right here. So it's not just allowing you to only have one, you can have multiple. You can click here on new goal and create a brand new goal right here, or objective, because we're talking about OKR. You can put in your objective details, and then you would have something like this again. And then inside of the objective, you can now create your targets here again, or your key results. So yeah, this is basically it on how you could do OKR right here in ClickUp. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.